Matt didn't check his fucking texts. I saw Matt in front of Senior Buns, and I asked him, have you been to the hospital yet? He said no. I said, I recommend you go. Give me a call when you can, and I want to talk to you. Let me know when you're free. And he said, yeah, okay. Never called me. I have no idea if he ever went to the hospital, but what I do know for certain is that I saw Etta, and she was a mess. And respectfully, when she gave me her side of things, I think with good reason. The Richard thing, I was able to talk her down. The Matt thing, I told her, I said, if Matt chose not to get the up-to-date information, and the only privy information he has to any of this is through the man who suffered from lack of oxygen to the brain, I love Richard, and I will die for that man. Okay? After the unfortunate, I guess, injury or whatever I had, Richard was the one that kind of gave me a chance with a family. I owe that man everything. Now, if Matt is going to go off of Richard's information, knowing that he has an injury, that is still his choice. But respectfully, a phone call is a two-way street. He could call me, you, or anyone. He has chosen not to. Because the one time he called me was because I called him. He didn't answer. I texted him, and then he called me. And I hate to say it, but after all I heard from Etta, I was not looking forward to answering the phone from Matt. And I think with good reason, respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know the update with all that, but I'm confused as to why Richard is reaching out to me and no one, or I guess maybe Etta? I don't know. Etta told me last time that no one reached out to her.
I'm actually gonna lose it. I don't exist to these people. Okay, sorry, that's dramatic, but oh my fucking god.
I was gonna say I'm already dealing with enough over dramatic drama. But let's.
Sorry.
You exist to them as much as everyone else. If no one's getting a text, why am I getting a text? I think that's the burning question. Richard did text my old phone. I think did I even tell you about the text Richard sent me?
What was it?
The first one.
What was it?
He texted me, I forget if it said I love you, I'm sorry, but it definitely said I'm sorry. And it was the day he went into the ICU.
You went out drinking.
I know. But Etta told me everyone tried reaching out to him and he ignored everybody. Why would he text me that he loved me? Why would he text me I'm sorry? I get it. I get it. He's sorry. He loves me, but why me?
I think you were the only one that wasn't there. Well, you and Matt. Okay. Right. That talk. It was talking about the Judas situation with Rue. It was me, Maple, Rue, and Dark. And Maple and Etta knew what Rue did.
Of course.
And they understood. But when we went to go tell Rhodes about it, Rhodes was siding with Judas. And, because he was a cop.
Well,
right. Well,
there's another reason, but okay.
No. No. I mean,
do you know why Matt was probably very sided in that?
You mean Dark?
Well, I'm saying why Matt probably sided with. Oh, wait, what?
This was Dark, not Matt.
Oh,
have I been saying Matt?
Yeah, you were saying Matt. I'm so confused.
Shit, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It was me, Maple, Rue, Dark. Sorry. Right. Dark was at the house, and Etta, Maple knew they were both fine with it. They understood why she did it. He was being, Judas was being. I mean, he was being a shithead. Cop or not, he was being a scumbag. And Rue went to tell Dark, because she had already told Etta and Maple. Rue went to tell Dark, and Dark started siding with Judas and saying, every time we have a disagreement with someone, are we just going to kill them to, was that sate your bloodlust or something like that? We tried giving him more context. We did give him the full context as to what he did and what he texted her while you were in the ICU, and just explaining his behavior and why it happened. Period. And Dark wasn't really having it. Again, siding on Judas's end, and also, what was it? Sort of saying that, well, he was a cop, right? And we tried explaining to him, just because he's a cop doesn't make him fucking morally superior.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then Etta said, well, Richard, all those years ago, I'm gonna have to fucking turn my radio off. It's so loud. Etta said, all those years ago, she shot a guy in the head after she told him not to moan in her ear. And then Richard said something akin to,
I heard about this.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize the kind of family that I built, or something like that, and then he fucked off.
He essentially said that if no one is kind of understanding his point of view, he's assuming he's the problem. Is sort of the TLDR consensus. I swear to God, I am gonna throw my phone in the fucking ocean if Finn calls one more time.
He called me too.
Yeah,
Well, I'll just tell him.
Yeah, because if I try to tell him, he's gonna be like, "Hey, he died to me. I just want to talk to my husband. It's been 3 days."
I've been, yes. I'm with him, talking to him. Finn.
Oh my God.
Flops. Okay, Finn says he's trying to go to bed, and he said that you have to talk to him.
When is he gonna? How much longer?
When are you awake again? How long are you gonna be awake? He said half an hour max.
Is he gonna be around longer tomorrow?
Are you gonna be around longer tomorrow, Finn? He said he's not gonna be around at all tomorrow. We were talking, and we both had our phones on silent. Yes.
I haven't seen you in fucking 3 days. We need to address this.
Yeah. What do you think, Flop?
Tell him that I'm not delaying it, but let's talk probably another day.
So let's talk another day. He's not trying to delay it, but we have to catch up on a thing.
I want to talk to him, but I don't want to rush our conversation either.
Okay. All right. Okay. He said he also doesn't want to have you to rush the conversation with you, so he doesn't, All right. Okay. Bye, Ben. Nice. Okay.
I wasn't trying to be mean. I just wanted to.
No, I get it.
Yeah. What the hell were we talking about? The whole consensus thing.
Mm-hmm.
I told Rue what I'll tell you. As a father, I'm gonna I want this to be like highlighted. As a father, I told Rue that there are other avenues to approach, words that don't need to resort directly to direct physical violence. I also told Rue that based on the trauma she was dealing with, and based on Judas's text, Yeah, that motherfucker fucking deserved it. I'm just gonna say for what it is. That man deserved a bullet to the fucking head. I don't blame Rue for what she did. Not one bit. Now, again, I'm trying to do the right thing. But as much as I think Judas deserved it, and I will admit that off the record, I still think that there is some form of formal responsibility to try and stop Rue from killing everyone that makes a comment. Now,
Mhm.
she has a very clear history for as long as I've gotten to call her my daughter, that I'll roll out of bed, pick off the dirt off my shoes, and get the phone call that she stabbed somebody 5 minutes ago. It's happened more times than I care to admit.
Mhm.
So I still want her to hopefully learn from the idea of resorting to violence, but in that specific circumstance, respectfully speaking, I think Rue probably did the only thing that Judas deserved.
Yeah, I fully agree. That guy was being fucking,
Well,
he's.
you agree?
Mm.
Did you miss the first part of that about how I said that maybe we shouldn't resort always to violence? But in that,
I get that. I'm
okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah,
As long as we were there, you're good.
yeah,
But yeah, to try and make something funny out of a very serious traumatic moment for somebody
Oh,
is,
oh, oh. Well, not only that, um, but so in both of these instances, even with Etta, and this is something that Maple brought up that I think should be, you know, highlighted. These guys were warned. You know,
oh,
to
well,
yeah,
this is
they were
interesting
warned not
because
to do
this
this
was
shit.
not fucking informed to me. Okay, I'd like to hear this.
So, Etta with her thing, she said she told the guy, she's like, if you do that shit, I'm going to shoot you, and she did. And with this Judas shit, it was like, if you continue with this or whatever, I'm going to kill you. It's like these guys. It's like why fucking you? It's literally in front of you. You've been warned, and you did it anyway.
I mean, yeah. Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Did Rue hunt down Judas and pick him up?
I think so. Um, I can't remember the details to be honest.
Okay. I don't disagree with what Rue necessarily did. I hate to say it, but uh, the guy should have known better. Now, I will admit, Judas is a moron. He is a complete and utter moron. And there's not a single time I've spoken with Judas where I wasn't walking away wondering how we ever gave that guy a job. But, uh, I guess only Los Santos' finest
Mm-hmm.
and brightest. He's the brightest bulb in the shed.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Put simply, I don't actually disagree. Do I think Rue deserves to be charged? Absolutely. Do I think she did it? Of course she fucking did it. Is the evidence there? The only thing missing is her social security number. It's all there. The fact that it's still being sat on is beside me, and I'm not going to worry about that because in 3 days it's not my fucking problem. But, you know, the reality is I have to understand Richard's point of view. I'm not siding with him, but I understand his point of view. For a man who has always been, respectfully, the law or nothing, having 3 people turn around and say, well, Richard, I get it. has got to be a little shocking for him.
Mm-hmm.
Can we at least agree with that?
I mean, yeah, no, I do get where he's coming from. It's just, uh, you know, there's a line to be drawn, especially with certain, behavior. But again, I get it.
I'll give you a different point of view. Do you know how long it took me to kind of, I don't want to say understand, because I don't think that's the right word. I understood, what you've been doing all these months. But when we had the conversation on the roof and you told the family that you were, you know, essentially a therapist for these people, uh, I'm not an idiot. I knew where that was going. I've done this once, twice, three times before. I knew that it wasn't going to stop there. And I had accepted that. But it took me a big hurdle to kind of give myself that acceptance. I mean, fuck's sake, I saw you in the back of an ambulance and it fucked me up. That's no one's fault. That's just a hard reality I had to come and accept, is that I had to see you and Rue shot in the back of an ambulance. Now, with that said, I don't think Richard has experienced this firsthand. But I know surely the first time I saw you guys, it was not an easy thing to look at. And I don't think it's easy for anybody. But when you look at somebody like Richard, I actually have a past with doing fucked up shit. Richard does not.
Mm.
Or at least to my knowledge. The man's always been the law and his husband. So for him to be in that conversation, I think it was shocking to the point where he questioned his own morals and walked away. But I also had to question things and walk away from being on duty to see you and Rue in ICU beds.
Mm.
It was a shock for me. So I'm not saying to have an opinion on it, but take that with what you will.
Mm. This is tough. I'm torn between, I want so badly Richard to, understand, um, uh, our perspective and how and what we think and how we feel about it. But at the same time, I genuinely don't know if he's capable of it. I mean, and this may be out of pocket and out of line for me to say, but it is a thought I've had, so I'm gonna anyway.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Both his mother and one of his sons were killed by cops, and still he is beholden to these beliefs. Uh, it's it. I wrestle with it every time I speak to him, because I so badly, want him just to see, how, how we feel or what we think, but
Who is his mother?
um it was a long time
I
ago. It
know
was
about
before he
Cody,
lived in
but
Los
I don't.
Santos.
Yeah.
It was before he lived in Los Santos.
Flop's getting the re-unlock. Good for this guy.
Um,
Wow.
I can't remember if he said Ireland or if it was somewhere in the, I don't know, in the UK, but and I know that he just, wants to do the job right, or at least, maybe that's why he is so beholden to those standards, because if he doesn't do it, who will? But I fucking hate seeing him get hurt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn.
I God, how am I gonna word this? I have been I really wish you told me that. I have been having a lot of conversations with people. As you could probably imagine, these last 2 weeks have been uh, incredible. Honestly, I know even with the drama and everything, and the emotional distraught, and the thought of everything not working out is still there. But the term and phrasing of saying that everything has been incredible, I mean it, because I've gotten a lot of perspectives from people, and some of them have come from people who I wouldn't have even thought of, like, at all. And forgive me, it's been a couple days and I'm a little tired myself, but did I tell you about my conversation with Tails?
You told me you had one. I don't think you really told me the details of.
I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you just a piece of it, because I followed it with something and it made me realize more. Tails got pulled over, and if I told you this, just stop me, but Tails got pulled over a couple weeks ago. And in the traffic stop, she asked an officer. She asked a cadet, "What is your aspirations in the PD? What is your moral kind of direction that you want to go with things? What made you do it?" You know what this guy said? This cadet said to Tails at this traffic stop?
Hmm.
"I applied."
Hmm.
That's it. There's no personality there to heart with. There's nothing to grasp. It's just he decided to apply. So he submitted a fucking application. And I walked away and I thought about some stuff after that. And it wasn't the fact that the response was bewildering to me. It was the fact that I thought about something Sean told me, McQuillan,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought about what this cadet said to Tails. And Tails did tell me she ripped this cadet a new asshole because she was so dumbfounded by this man's words. But Sean said something to me that has stuck with me, and I've regurgitated it to a few people, not with Sean's name, but just because he was right. And I kind of incorporated it in these talks I've had with people, specifically to the notion of, if something were to happen to me, who would show up to my funeral?
Mm.
You would. I'm sure the whole Dark Roads family would. I'm sure some officers would. Sean said that he would, because he knew. And he knew how I felt about things. Ziggy, do you know how many people showed up to Aziz's funeral?
Did he even get one?
I'll save you the trouble. Do you know how many people showed up to James Rooker's funeral?
I'll be honest. This is the first time I've heard the name.
Rooker used to work at the PD a while back, but
Okay. I mean, I recognize Rooker. I didn't know his first name.
yeah, I'm pretty sure if I recall, it's James. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
I'm cooked right now.
But even
My point being,
Oh.
neither one of them ever got a funeral. None. These people put their lives on the line. These people fought for something that they believed in. And neither one of them were shown a fucking ounce of recognition. And it's crazy because I spoke to Coyote, who was the most demoralized cadet I've ever had the pleasure of talking to. And I really do mean the pleasure. Because a lot of people in the PD gave this guy shit. A lot of people gave this guy shit. He's a cadet working on a murder investigation. And he didn't succeed. People gave him shit for it. A lot of shit. And I told Coyote something that I meant, and I told him that he could tell people if he wants to, but to keep it to himself if he wants it to be something personal. The only person that gave Aziz the remote fucking ounce of recognition was Coyote, for being the only fucking person to step up and conduct that investigation to have some form of confirmation of at least who did what to Aziz. I said, if there's anybody in this police department, mind you, this fucking guy was asked and forced to be pulled off that case, and no one was willing to take it over. I said the only person that even gave one of our own, our fallen, an ounce of recognition was a fucking cadet. And I have told a few people now, Bones, Barrick, I just told Ruby before you called, actually while you called. Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks, dudes. Welcome. Sorry. I told all of them, I said, there's things in this PD that I really don't like. There's things that I'm not wild about. And I haven't told any of them what I'm really bothered by. But explain to me why I should have to be the one to tell command that we should be taking an hour out of our day to have a proper send-off for the ones that have fallen for us and for the city and for the people that are here. It's one of those, the analogy I use is it's like a kid putting their hand on a hot pan. The first time they do it, they learn the hard way, right? Oh shit, maybe we should, maybe tell them next time. Brother, if you put your hand on a hot pan twice, yeah, sorry kid, I'm not fucking helping you. If you're gonna keep burning yourself, you're just gonna, and everyone around you is just gonna look sad. And I'm one of those people that had to watch that twice. To have no funeral for these people was possibly one of the biggest punches in the gut. And it was only until I spoke with Sean and heard Tails' perspective on just the type of personality that we have coming in for me to realize that I'm really gonna die for a group of people who don't give a fuck about me. And I hate to say it, but there's people that I really do like in the PD. But I should not, me, a senior officer, have to sit down and tell high command, maybe you should recognize the ones that have fallen. That should be common sense, Ziggy.
No.
And it pisses me off. Hi, everybody. How we doing? I'm sorry. Flop's getting angry. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Hope we're doing amazing. How are we? But yeah, that's kind of my one contingency that I am severely upset about.
I mean, this is another thing that tugs at my mind. All that time ago, whenever I was telling the family about me being in the club, Rhodes, pointed out to me or said that
A cog in a wheel.
right, cog in a wheel, and if I were to fall out or break or whatever, I would just be replaced. And I have
Hot
felt
meat kettle.
Well, I have both felt and experienced that is absolutely not the case. I mean, in a literal experience, TJ died, and I mean,
I
we
believe the
still
number
talk
was
about
52.
him. Huh?
I believe the number was 52 cars that drove around the city in recognition for TJ. You know how many drove around for Aziz? Sorry, I couldn't help you. There was a laundromat that went off.
That being said, I mean, even now, we've got patches on our cuts that say, in memory of TJ. I have conversations almost on the regular that allude back to or are because of TJ. And just going back to what Matt alluded to about me being in a cog in a wheel, it's just I mean, it could not be further from the truth. And in fact, It is almost the exact inverse.
I'll tell you, it is the exact inverse. And yeah, I might be biased when I say this, but when I see, yeah, I'm gonna crack my jokes, have my fun. I mean nothing malicious by it, right? When I walked
Mm.
into the bar and I saw everybody there, I said hi to everybody. I cracked jokes about Finley, right? But do you know what I see in that room that I completely failed to see in the PD from
Mm.
experience? And this is not a dig on anybody in particular in the PD, but this is just the way that it is. There is so much heartfelt love and care for one another with you guys that really I struggle with, because I've gone off duty to hang out with you guys, and I have sat on the roof and I have spoken with all of you. And the part that I struggled with, and well, you know, I'm not gonna bullshit you, I still struggle with, um, is knowing the types of things that could happen being in a group like that. Because there are still people who I care about in the PD. Not a lot of people, but there's a handful. But it's hard for me to look at that perspective, hang out on the roof with you guys for an hour, throw on a uniform and go into that fucking meeting room, and feeling like it's a bunch of people who are a shell of who they are. We are so forced to have our head underwater with laundromats and ammunition crates and, respectfully, a bunch of bullshit, that I think that the PD in its current place is not built for somebody to be themselves. It's
Mm.
not built for people to have, like, I don't feel a sense of unity. I don't feel unified in that building. And yeah, that upsets me, considering how far we came. And I keep telling you that I love the job, and I will always love the job. The people in that place, the people in MRPD, that fucking uniform. And then I have people like Bones who turn around and said, we really wanted to poach you for BCSO. And I said, that's great. You're 2 months too fucking late. It really breaks my heart to just see how broken the system is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just saying this to say it because of, whatever the joking reason could be. I mean this. I feel like I can be myself around a lot of other people. Kelly, JT, and I were in the ICU ward, and we just talked for like an hour. And I walked away from that conversation, and the only thing I took away out of it was, holy shit, I was myself.
Mm-hmm.
I could be me. I was me. I don't get that in the PD anymore. I feel like I have to push down my emotions and shelter the things that I actually give a shit about, just so I can put on a pretty face for what the PD needs as a standard.
Mm.
And the more I think about these 2 weeks, I gave it 2 weeks for a couple reasons, but I'll save the long story on that and just say this. It was either in 2 weeks I was going to reconsider, or in 2 weeks I was going to continue through. And I've never wanted those 2 weeks to come by quicker than I do now.
Mm.
And I'm not just saying that. I fucking mean it. I cannot wait to be out of that place. I cannot wait to be out of that uniform, and I cannot wait to hand my badge over.
I mean, 2 weeks is a courtesy. So.
2 weeks is a courtesy, but I still feel like for a proper retirement, I wanted it to be as I want the 2 weeks as a proper retirement. I don't want to leave on bad terms. Not because it's for anyone, it's for me. It really is for me.
Yeah.
I went into that job with a smile on my face, and I want to leave with a smile on my face. Because it may be the last time anybody is ever going to see me in that building, unless it's in fucking handcuffs, probably. I hate to say. But I do have very strong intentions to commit to the things that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to say this, and I know where this is going to go, but I want to say it anyway. Uh, I've never been happier for you in your position. And it took me too long to realize it. And I'm sorry that I guess I just didn't see it. Unfortunately, the PD is good at blinding people from off-duty time, but I'm happy you have people who will have you 100% of the time.
Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, this is the past however many months it's been at this point. It has probably been the most refreshing um, time in my life, both because of family and the club. But it's, I'm also, like you said, I'm not like forced to be doing something I don't really want to do, or like I'm not drudging along, like, oh, I need to go and do this thing, or like there's people that I need to talk to, or there's a certain standard that, I mean, sure, there's always going to be standards to be upheld, but like, I'm it's something that I'm actually enjoying doing, and if I don't want to do that, then I don't have to do that. Then I could, figure out something different, something new, and still be within the club or those parameters, and be welcome to do it and be supported to do it. Um, it's just a matter. I have agency, and that is what I think the police department doesn't have, and it's freeing. It's I'm happy in a lot of ways. Sure, it can be stressful and it can be difficult, but I've chosen to be here, and that is what's most important. Is uh, and don't get me wrong. I mean, you choose to put a badge on and whatnot, but it's like like you're so beholden to these things, and it gets held over your head and sort of dangled in front of you, and you're disrespected and stepped on for this, that, and the other. Whereas not only have I chosen to be here, but I am
You want to be
rewarded
there.
for it. Yeah, I want to be there. Yeah.
I mean, this is going to sound one-sided because I haven't walked the other side of life in a very long time, but uh, to Matt's point before, I will reiterate, I've never felt more like a cog in a wheel until I've been a part of this structure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really not just saying that. It's hard not to feel that way.
Yeah.
For all the work that I did, for all the time that I put into building up wildlife conservation, for all the time I spent putting my interest in for BCSO, and for all the time I spent trying to do the things that I actually enjoy in the PD, and at every step of the way, my hand has been turned away. I offered to do things. I continued to do things regardless of where I was. I told everybody, if you need me, I'll be up north. I wanted to be a helping hand in what I thought was making the PD actually a welcoming place. But in 7 months, I watched animal cruelty get taken off as a charge. I watched all my work from December 14th in that report, number 297, get completely ignored. The list of people who were going to help me with that, most of them have quit. And on my final day, telling Bones that, yeah, I'm done, and I showed him the report. Do you know what this man said to me? He said, "Plot, this report's amazing. Can I use this for when the mayor gets elected?" I said, "Bones, at this point, it's been ignored for 7 months because no one's opened their mouth to talk to me, even though I've offered this report to everybody. But you know what? At this point, fuck it. Sure. Why the fuck not?" So guess what? I got my recognition. Bones saw someone did all the work and decided, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's take some credit.
Is he going to Andy with it?
I would hope so.
Oh, I'll be fucking damned if he gets any recognition for it. No.
What do you got?
I don't think you understand. Me and Andy are close.
How close we talking?
I will go to Andy myself and fucking let her know that you've done the work, and she'll fucking know it too. Bones ain't getting shit out of this. He can fucking suck a fart out of my ass.
That's my line.
Fuck that guy.
That's hot.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Well, it's report number 297. And my name's all over it. You can tell her to read it as much as she wants. Actually, I can probably export it and have it sent to you if you want to hand it to her.
Perfect. Yeah, do it.
Because honestly, at this fucking rate, what the fuck are they gonna do? Fire me?
God, I love that. Yeah, just fucking. What are they gonna do? Fire me? What are you gonna do, pussy? Can't fire me. I already quit.
Oh, listen, don't worry. With all the bullshit I've gone through recently, I'm gonna leave with something. And I really hope
you kill Bones on your way out. Oh God.
That'd be funny if I walk down the aisle and just pull out my fucking gun and blast him.
Oh my God, it'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'd get away drive for you.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been wanting to kill that motherfucker for months, but I haven't because it's, you have a job there.
Oh my God, please. I you know what? Honestly, it's so crazy to think that Bones was like, "Man, Flop, we were going to poach you too. We were getting ready to." And I'm like, "Bitch, you literally transferred everybody except for me."
Rat fuck! Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Please. I told Penzone, and Penzone's like, "No kidding. We were literally looking to poach you in a couple days." I'm like, "Well, you're a couple days too fucking late, bud." So crazy though. It's a crazy one to think about, but yeah, no, my name is all over that report. If you would like to tell Andy.
Oh, I will. Hey, honestly, you export it, get it to me. Andy will have it in her hands before Bones gets to fucking whisper to her.
Cool. Because I've proposed a lot in that report. There's a lot that I proposed, so it's a lot of evidence and a lot of stuff. But
you know what? I'm gonna shoot a text off right now.
I didn't even realize you saw Andy. How has she been?
And she pops around every now and again. She's doing okay. She won the mayoralship.
Well, I knew that.
Yeah.
Who won the other one? I forget. I was looking at I put in the MDT and I just don't remember.
Fucking Nino Chavez.
That Nino guy fucking loves me.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. I was hoping for Osvaldo, but...
What?
What do you mean? Osvaldo's fucking great. He's a little chaos gremlin. Also, Andy endorses him.
That's what the fuck we needed right now was another chaos gremlin. Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
After the bullshit I went through for 7 goddamn months, you wanted another little chaos gremlin?
No. You don't understand, okay? Osvaldo cares about the people of the city. Andy was backing him. I know he's a little fucking goofy guy, but he actually gives a shit about, one, the economy, two, what people are doing and how they're doing it and making sure they're properly taken care of. I know he can seem like a bit of a fucking dingus, but Osvaldo really does give a shit.
I'm not talking shit about Osvaldo. Respectfully, I actually really like Osvaldo, except for the fact that he's a Dolphins fan, that pussy. But that's besides the point. I've never really actually had a bad run-in with Osvaldo. He's good people.
All right, I texted Andy.
Chat, you guys are saying this.
Cool shit I
Flop,
wanna show you.
tell me the last time
And then I'll
Osvaldo
be
and
like,
Flop
surprise,
talked.
it's
Flop only is going off of
legislation.
what he remembers. Come on now.
Actually, there was new legislation about proposing new legislation. Oh, we could get this in place over Bones, and we don't even have to be law enforcement. Oh my God, you can actually fucking blow me.
Cool. I'm going to submit my report, and I'm just going to say, hey, take what you want out of this, but I've done all the research. Here you go.
Oh, it has to get popular enough, though. Fuck.
Fuck popular. You're in with Andy. Just make it happen.
I don't know if it's that easy.
What do you mean? You said you're close with Andy.
Well, she still has people who vote on things, but I'm pretty sure we can make it happen because Andy is about all the Parks and Rec shit. So.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to be a part of that as best I can.
Of course.
You know what's gonna be fucking crazy, and I'm gonna scream over. I would almost. Oh man, Okay. If I find out that Andy proposes something to bring back the Rangers, I'm gonna fucking scream.
Fuck that. Who needs it doesn't have to be law enforcement. We'll just do it ourselves.
Okay.
I have the patch on my gun.
Wait a minute. God, listen, I don't know where my future's at. I don't know how people view me in the ADMC. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm gonna continue doing what I do, and that's be good with everybody, because I'm not trying to cause any bad blood. But you know how fucking great it would be to have civilians take over Parks and Recreation, and you and whoever else wants to help out comes up with a cut, shoves a barrel down someone's throat, and says, "Stop poaching."
Oh, I'm gonna have to make a phone call to Colin McKinley.
Get the fuck out of here. Make a phone call to me, bitch. What the fuck?
Well, what I'm saying, obviously, that goes without saying.
I'm gonna bring Tessa in on this.
Oh my God, yes!
She already told me she likes stabbing people. This is fucking great.
We could do murder with Tessa.
Wait, can we make this a thing?
I'm not kidding. Okay, so this is
I
a
might
thing that
come just thinking about this.
This is a thing that I've conceptualized in my head. Okay, you, me, Lovesick, Tessa, Luis, and someone else. I don't know, maybe Snow. We all go and rob a gas exchange, or something, akin to that.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily against that. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
God, I wish I had a fucking Ranger or something, man. Fuck. I just want the
Yeah.
hat, bro.
Yeah.
Hartley, thank you for the brand new tier 1. I appreciate it. Go get some hearts in chat, please. Thank you.
God, it would be so cool getting the gang back together.
God, how fucking crazy would that be? Just, I would almost, God, okay. Me just spitballing. I almost would want all of us to get caught, because that would be such a
Same.
fucking dope ass report.
Rang gang.
We could be,
Hell yeah.
we could be called the Wranglers.
I'll actually fucking put my head under Willie's tires. Holy fuck.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. It was right there. It was so good. It was right there.
Fuck.
Okay. Anyway,
we can call the job the State Police Return.
Well, actually, hold on. The state police was what again? It was SASP?
Well.
San Andreas State Police.
Oh fuck. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then San Andreas State Park Rangers.
That's SASPR.
We need an analogy for SASPR. That's not the Park Rangers. We are fucking stealing that before they ever have a chance to bring the Rangers back. I don't give a fuck.
True.
I'm making this a thing before they have a chance to even write that shit on paper. Anyway, point B. I have no intention on going back to the PD. If tomorrow they said, "Flop, we're bringing the Rangers back. We want you to be game warden," I wouldn't do it. At this point, Kit told me something that stuck with me. And she was right. She said, Flop, uh, something to consider that no one told me until I left. She said, with the connections and the trust that people are having in you to be open with you, I you would be doing everybody a disservice if you ever went back. She said you could always go back, but that's a one-way ticket. And she's right. I could never go back, and I'm content with that already. I've already I told you my feelings, and I have no interest in ever going back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the Park Reapers is fucking sick.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah. I'm always on the side of, do what makes you happy, even if that makes some people angry. But I mean, she is just objectively, if we're taking a step back, she's right. I mean, a lot of the club have really gone out of their way to, they like you a lot. And, not only the club, I mean, just people in general.
You're not just
You know,
saying that, right?
I'm not just saying that. They do like okay, listen. Literally the prime example of that is Irish letting you borrow TJ's pocket watch. That is a big thing. And Irish, he'll downplay it and he'll just say, "Oh, well, I like flop, whatever." But that's a big thing.
I never
eh,
asked him why he chose me for that and why he wanted to do that for me, outside of the fact that, the only consensus I came to was that you were part of the club, but I'd imagine he saw something further. He
mm,
never really, the thing with Irish is he never really told me like why he did it
mm.
verbatim, but I think there was a lot more symbolism to that I hope one day I get to know about.
I mean, if I've got any insight to it, I mean, the parallels with you and TJ are quite a bit. Not only that, but it was of import to Irish. It helped Irish with
Fuck.
his w-
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
um, it helped Irish with his memories and you know um, it was really important to him. Um, so it's a big thing. It's a big thing. That's it. I mean, these guys already, know and trust you more than they trust likely any other cop. Period. Um, and I mean, she's right. Objectively speaking, if you go back on that now, there is no coming back from
No,
that.
no, there's not. And I'm, like I said, I'm okay with that. I hope people know that I'm serious about my commitment with this. And I feel like people in the club are always going to have this stipulation around me, like I'm doing something malicious. But I do appreciate the people that have opened up to wanting to trust me.
Hmm.
I'm really doing my best. And I hate to say it, but I don't know this side of life very well. I'm doing my best to.
It's a lot of politicking.
Brother, do you know where I come from? Holy fuck.
No, like I got robbed and I wanted to go
Yeah,
fucking
can
kill
we
the
talk
manor
about
guys,
this for a
but
minute?
like,
Whose barrel is my gun going into? Because I am. Hold on, wait. I just had a stroke. I just had a stroke. Whose mouth is my barrel going into? There we go. That took me a minute. I'm fucking tired.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I got robbed. I'm pissed. My ego's hurt, right? I want to go kill these guys, whatever, right? I know it's the manor.
But you
the
can't.
Problem, but I can't.
Because
it's
it would start a
politics.
war. Yeah.
Right, and it's a war that we could fight, but unfortunately, the time that it happened and the time that those guys are normally around, we wouldn't have enough people, and it would just be an exhaust of things, and it just sucks, and it is what it is. You know, it's politics, stupid. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I wasn't, supported in that way, and they were there to make sure that not only I but everybody there understood, why it would be difficult to do that. We could. They said that they would, if I made that choice, that we could. It would just fucking suck.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I stand on business when I say that the politics are not fun, but
Well,
even I had to turn around and find the forgiveness to Hydra.
mm,
Because at the end of the day, it was a message to the PD. And I still think, off the record, they're fucking stupid for taking probably the only officer who was actually going to form a resolution and find middle ground with the PD, because their problem was communication. And hey, they're talking to the one guy that actually talks to people, but I have to put my differences aside. And I saw someone from Hydra pulling out binoculars at Senior Buns, and they said, sorry, I love to admire bite marks. And I pulled them aside and I said, I'm going to make this clear. I said, I don't care who you say this to. I said, I don't care where this goes. I said, and I want you to know I'm not being sarcastic in any means, because I know how this is going to sound, but just know I'm serious when I say I'm not being sarcastic. I said, thank you in the weirdest fucking way. I don't think if it was for that, I would have come to the conclusion of my 2 weeks notice. I really don't think. And I'm not saying that they were right by any means. It just, I saw things differently when I got out. They put me in a spot that I realized my value to the PD. And I don't know if there was any other way to do that. So I told him, I said, thank you for, for lack of a better term, sparing me. Because I'm not going to make the same mistake twice on that. I'm sorry. I'm not dying for that PD. But I don't know. I appreciate you giving me the space with all this.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying the best that I can to do what's right. And I have a lot to learn streetwise. It's been so long since I've been in that situation. I'm not stupid to it, right? I'm privy to knowing how shit works. But
Wait, you haven't
what do you got?
talked to Dark about you quitting. Does he know?
No.
Oh, fuck.
No. He does not.
Oh, God. I was the over-under. They blame me. I'm sorry.
They'll find a reason. They'll try and project blame, but I'm gonna tell you now. Matt has no fucking excuse. That man got a text from me, and Richard, if Matt actually read his phone, Richard should know. But I hate to say it, I haven't been around, and Richard's been on a separate time frame. So it's not that I've been avoiding that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I haven't seen him. The reality is that my premise for leaving was inherently and 100% was for Richard.
Mm.
And I'm going to tell Richard, I don't want him to try and blame you for it, that when I lost everything, when my memory was for just put simply gone, my accident or whatever the fuck it was, the only person who continued